Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of the Queen of Cups podcast. I am Kelsey, and I'm going to be the voice that you hear on the other side of your phone, your laptop, however you are listening to this. I'm a very intuitive person. I'm very introverted, and I'm very spiritual. I pay attention to energy a lot, and so I'm also very sensitive. And I feel like I've just been called to create a podcast because content creation has been something that I've been in love with for over 10 years. I started a YouTube channel back in like 2009. I was in college at the time, and the channel was really about makeup. I was heavy into buying makeup, doing tutorials, doing reviews, and I did that for I want to say like 2 years, grew a pretty good following. I had about 1,700 subscribers on YouTube. And then after I graduated from college, I got married a week after graduating, which is crazy. But I married my teenage sweetheart. We met when I was 15 working at Six Flags and had a really good start to our marriage, hoping to, buy a house, start a family, all those things. And then unfortunately, a tragedy kind of struck in 2012 when he took his own life. He was dealing with a lot of physical issues. He had gone through a couple of different surgeries that resulted in a lot of nerve damage. And so he ended up being prescribed a ton of medications that really fucked up his mood and made him feel, I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to make sense of it, but in all honesty, y'all, I can't speak for how he felt, and I don't want to get y'all down and really sad because that was a part of my life, and it's going to be something that I cover a lot on this podcast because I'm doing this as a way to heal. After that chapter of my life, I ended up throwing myself into my work, getting promoted at my work as a graphic design manager, and then leaving all of that behind to just see what else was out here in the world. I ended up putting my notice in and uprooting my life from Maryland to LA. I just decided, wild hair up my ass, just decided to go move to Los Angeles. Didn't know anything about LA, only knew like one or two people out there, but decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so I spent 5 years living in LA and trying to kind of find my way. And that in and of itself is probably worthy of 100 episodes here. So I'm going to be talking a lot about my experiences doing that, living alone, dating, hustling to try and make a name for myself in that crazy city. I worked as a makeup artist. I did some freelance work as a graphic designer. I also worked as an esthetician out there, like so many things. And now I am back in Maryland. I'm actually living with my parents in their basement. Old cliche, right? And finally deciding to commit myself to creating content online. Like I said, I had a YouTube channel that I started over a decade ago. And for more than a decade, I have tried to remain consistent, but I've struggled to find my niche. All of the videos that I've watched about how to be successful on YouTube, they always say you gotta niche down. And for so long, I would stress myself out creating videos, trying to find a niche and realizing that this is not what I want to talk about. This is not what I want to do. That's just been my issue with creating content. And I've always felt deep in my soul and in my heart that I was put on this earth to help people, to speak to people and shed light on the human experience. And so I feel like at this point in my life, having gone through as much as I have and being at this point where we're sitting in a pandemic, we're all working from home. I have a lot of time on my hands to really go within, figure out what my mark is going to be in this world and what I want to do with my time. I felt like this was a perfect time for me to really buckle down and get back into content creation. And so the podcast specifically is something I'm trying out. I feel like it's a way for me to take the pressure off myself of creating a YouTube channel. Like, I don't have to worry about my makeup. I ain't got to worry about my hair. I ain't got to worry about my background. Like, is the house clean? Because YouTube is like, you see all these YouTubers and you want your setup to kind of look like theirs. And that's not always the case. And for me, I just needed to relieve that pressure. And so I figured podcasting not only would help me with that, but I feel like it's a more intimate space. Like, I can really slow down and be intimate and be cute with my voice and really tap into a connection with you guys. That's how I feel, It's just something really cool about having this mic in front of my face and to just be sitting here zoned out and delivering whatever message is on my heart that I want to talk about. And so anyway, that's that. But let me explain Queen of Cups, because y'all are probably like, what the fuck does Queen of Cups mean? If you Google it, you'll see it's a tarot card, y'all. Okay. And before you start judging and you're like, let me click off of this podcast because this girl worships the devil. Like, it's not that at all. I very much love God. I have a very strong relationship with God that I have been nurturing over the past decade of my life in healing. The Queen of Cups card specifically talks about a woman who is very much in tune with her emotions. She's emotionally stable. She's intuitive. You know what I mean? She is able to speak about her experiences and spread love and lead with compassion and lead with empathy. And that's something that I aspire to be. And it's something that I hope that this podcast can do for a lot of people. And so my main goal here is to really just connect with people. I'm doing this as a way to share my message and to really commit to being an online creator. I hope that you guys will come along for this ride with me. I'm going to be pushing these out every week. I hope that you find something that resonates with you. A lot of it to start will be me just kind of speaking to you guys one-on-one like this. And then I'm hoping that as time goes on, I can bring in people to interview. I have a lot of friends who have like side hustles, like that's something I'm also very passionate about, is like when people, instead of using their free time to Netflix and chill or whatever, like I really admire people who commit to a passion project. I'm going to try and bring on people who I know have all of these things going on for them, and we can sit and have a conversation and hopefully inspire people out there to, in addition to whatever it is you spend your time doing, make sure that you're doing something that is work for your soul. I'm really big on that. So anyway, yeah, I'm very excited. I hope that you guys are excited too. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I forgot to mention, I also have a online crystal shop. So if you're somebody who is into crystals, whether they're spiritual for you or whether they're just pretty to look at, definitely check me out. It's KelseysCrystals, KelseysCrystals on Instagram, and that's my website too, .com. So anyway, y'all, thanks again for listening, and I look forward to yucking it up with y'all in the next episode. All right, peace.